So this is my first impression of the Wowgo AT2 after just a couple rides plus a range test. First, it carves really well. It can effortlessly make quick zigzags and big arcs at low and high speeds. The acceleration is great, but not mind-blowing, though this is mostly due to the large size of the wheels instead of any motor issues. So if you put on smaller wheels, the acceleration will improve for sure. What absolutely amazed me is the quality of the ride, just how smooth it was to stand on the board. My foot pain was gone, anxiety over bumps and cracks in the road are also gone as the board just smoothly glides over everything it runs over. This is my first board with pneumatic wheel, and my god, it is game-changing. During my very first ride on it, I had this big fat smirk on my face this entire time from just how much fun I'm having with this board. I did perform a range test. I was 200 pounds with my gears on. The trip had a total of 600 feet of elevation gain. I was in turbo mode during the first half of the ride, and lastly I was carving most of the time. And I got 16.5 miles out of the board. It's not bad. I do think that I can get more range out of it if I was wearing less equipment and if I was going on flatter grounds and if I wasn't in turbo, say if I was in gear 3. I think I can probably squeeze 18 to 19 miles out of the board. And if I'm not on the pneumatic tires, if I'm on some street wheels, I think I can go over 20 miles definitely for sure. So on the pneumatic tires, it did beat my X-Wave Flex by about 20% more range. I'm pretty confident that I would get more range out of the board if I'm on cloud wheels or street wheels, but then we'll have to save that for another day to test. Also, shameless plug here, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, please give me a thumbs down and let me know why so I can improve. Thanks a lot. One thing I did notice is that under 50% battery, the board can still output a lot of power and acceleration, but it seems to do so at the expense of using more battery. When I try to push the board around 40% mark, it still launches very hard, but the battery bars would start fluctuating and drain a lot more quickly and then bounce back to the level once my speed levels off. If you care about range, you probably need to stay off of turbo after 40%. If you just want performance and speed, this board will deliver, but it will drain your remaining batteries quickly if you're still on turbo. So this makes your remaining battery display unreliable for range estimates if you are on turbo. Nitpicks, but this is just from one ride. I will still need to conduct a lot more tests after this, so stay tuned, check out my other videos. So these are nitpicks. They're not game breakers, but just some of the things that I noticed when I got the board. Number one, trucks came in way too loose from the factory. I would fall off the board every time I need to make a 180 turn. So I had to tighten all the bushings about one full turn on the board. The second thing is you can't reach the second set of bushings, the bottom set of the bushings, with the skate tool that they have included. So I found this out when I was out and about and I need to tighten stuff up and I can't reach it. So I had to go home and grab a wrench, and it's the only way that you can reach the second set of bushings, which I find is kind of annoying. So now you need to carry your own skate tool and another wrench in your backpack or pocket in case you want to kind of change how it rides. 3, you need to check the air and the PSI in your tires every ride. I had a flat tire before the range test, and it's kind of annoying that you can't just pick up and go like a street tire or cloud wheels or something like that. Number 4, you need to keep a small pump with you in case it goes flat all the time. Number 5, remote display. The remote display does not show battery by percentage. It just shows 5 battery blocks or sections. I usually start returning home on my other boards a little under 60% battery, because the last 10% of the battery on any board is almost unusable, right? So you want to be home before that. So I usually start returning a little bit under 60%. But this board doesn't show you 60%, it shows you where the 50% mark is. So if you're returning home right at the 50% mark, you can't use turbo because your board is going to die before you get home. Your last 10 to 20% is not going to support you on turbo mode, right? So you need to get off of turbo if you still want to make it home on your board. Number 6 is display. The display is really hard to see under direct sunlight. It warned me a couple times of something when I was riding, and I could never read what it was because I just can't read it, right? The manual doesn't really tell you all the possible warnings the remote could display, so I just had no idea. And I had to reach out to Wowgo and say, hey, give me a list of all the warnings your remote can dish out, right? So I can kind of check what warning did I just see on my remote. So overall, for $1,000, I am extremely happy with this board. It's got the good looks, it's got spectacular performance, and if you look at the board, it is intricately made, and it just looks so nice. It's very detailed. There's really nothing on the board that I would see that makes me think, oh, this is a budget board, right? Everything screams premium on this board, and I absolutely love it. Also, make sure when you get this board, make sure you get the cloud wheel plus the nomadic setup, because it's only $120 more, and you can't get either of the setups for $120 along with its pulleys and belts and stuff like that. It will cost you close to $200 or even more to get any of the setups here. So I think there's a lot of value in getting the cloud wheel additional set. Even if you don't use it, you can still sell it for way more than $120 as a brand new set with all the belts and pulleys. And that's it for the first impression video. Please click that like button if you like this video. I'm just a small channel getting started, so every like means the world to me. Also, please subscribe if you want to see more on the Wowgo AT2. I'll take it off-road, do more range tests, and test other types of wheels, or do other tests that you guys want to see. So thanks, and stay awesome.